होता है दीवाना सनम तो चलेगा तो ये गाना सनम क्या होता है दीवाना सनम अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम जाए हम Thank you very much.
Mithilesh, કેમ છો? મજામાં?
I met Darshit very randomly.
I was out with some friends having some beers and Millie walks in.
And Darshit's there, all his friends are there, so I'm pretty nervous. I haven't met any of these people before.
I see her and we start talking.
And I've never seen anyone laugh so hard at their own joke. He's so proud of himself over, over this joke. And he always does the things where he goes like that after he makes a really good joke.
I know what she's going to tell you about that story, so it's going to be funny, but yeah.
And I had liked him from the moment he made the mac and cheese joke. I was just like, this is it. This is like, I want to be with this person.
And that was just the first time that we met. It took me at least a year and a half for me to ask her out.
After that, we still became friends. A few months went by. He knew that I had feelings for him. Everyone kept telling me he had feelings for me, but neither of us were saying anything.
I still didn't ask her out. So it still took me, maybe a year after that to ask her out. I had some medical issues. I was in the hospital. I was recovering. She would text me every single day. She would text me. She would ask me, how are you doing? What's going on? And I would be on so many painkillers and so many medicines. I don't even remember half the conversations, but that's when I knew that, I wanted to really be with her and that she was someone who was really caring and really cared for my well-being, even though I wasn't at that time as close to her. So that was the first point of time when I knew that, I wanted to be with her and that we should still end up somehow, somewhere. If we ended up together, that would be the best thing.
And so one day he pulled me to the side and he was like, I'm an only child. I have to move back to India. Like, I have other plans. I don't want to stay here. And he's like, I really like you, but I can't do that to you. I can't take you away from your family. And like, you have such a good life here. You deserve better than that. So that's what he had told me. And in that moment, I knew that this is somebody that cares like about other people. He was not just thinking about what he wants, but also about what was best for me in my situation.
I invited her out to see a movie, just like the most cliche thing ever. And to me, it was just like a pretty typical date, asking a girl out for a movie kind of a thing. And she came, she watched the movie, and that's when I, said that, hey, we should be together. And the first reaction that she had was just pissed off at me, asking me why it took me so long and why it was a year and a half that it took me to ask her out finally.
And I was so angry. I was like, are you kidding me? I waited 1 year for you to continuously tell me that you don't want to be with me, that you're moving back to India, all this stuff, and now you're just like, no, I just want to be with you casually. Of all the days.
She wouldn't talk to me. For like a week, she didn't even talk to me. She didn't even respond back. And finally, she was like, okay, let's give this a shot and let's actually be together. So that was the start of our relationship. Today is gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. By now, we should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
We tried to be real with each other. And it was just honest from the very beginning, like when he wanted to be with me, when he didn't. And then it was just not a big deal about anything. We just take these steps when we're ready to take the steps.
So every single person from the US that came, they're just pressuring both of us because we're the two Indian people, the one Indian guy and the one Indian girl. And the entire time they're just like, you guys should be together. Like, why aren't you together? And I'm like, just because we're Indian doesn't mean by default that we should be together. So a lot of that time was just spent in me denying the fact that no, I shouldn't be with her. I'm probably going to move back to India at some point. But then it took some time, and once I got to know her more and more, I decided that yeah, like she is the one, and she is the person that I want to be with.
I'm just vacuuming, all of a sudden he picks up his guitar and he starts playing a song and singing Wonderwall by Oasis. And that was the moment I knew, like, just, it felt so normal, and like we had been together for so long. I was just like, I want to be with him forever. Like, if I could live in this moment and just freeze it and just stay here, I would do it.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There were many things that I'd like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my
One thing that I didn't tell her, or didn't get the opportunity to tell her, as all the wedding events and everything unfolded, like just looking back, was how beautiful she looked. I know how it might sound very cheesy, but because we were so busy, we were just so caught up in everything, I just didn't get the opportunity to tell her that she looked amazing in every single event, in every single way. She has a talent
Ordinary,
to pick.
I have a talent to be spending his money, is what
Yeah,
he's
she
trying
has
to
a
say
talent to
nicely.
Even though she doesn't know like how much it cost, anything, she has a talent to pick the most nice, expensive, fanciest thing.
I said such a nice thing,
Without
and this
even
he's telling you slyly
That's a
that I
talent.
spend his money.